The following clip comes from a larger gaming video I did about gaming in 2024, so if you enjoy this, I've linked the full video below.
Let's do this.
In modern day, the closest thing I've played to something that sort of touches on this is actually LA Noire from Rockstar Games. Because when I played LA Noire, I remember thinking to myself, man, this feels like I'm playing a true evolution of Police Quest. Now, the people who were hoping that Indiana Jones was going to be some form of Uncharted, that never made sense to me, as much as I also thought that's what it was going to be. When you think about it, and when you think about people who deeply love the source material wanting to make something faithful, it just doesn't make sense. Like, let's not forget, and this does come up in other places quite often, Nathan Drake is a mass murderer. Like, this dude gets every game that dude gets through. He has like a body count higher than every single action movie star you've seen combined, and that is difficult to there's like this sort of element of cognitive dissonance, and there's this sort of element where we're just meant to be okay, with the fact that there was this cool story in Nathan Drake and everything, but like when you really look at it, it's like crazy. Like, the dude's like killed so many people, and surely all of them weren't so evil they deserve to die. And you've got a game here where where Indiana Jones is fighting literal Nazis, and this isn't Wolfenstein. You can't have an Indiana Jones story fit in seamlessly with the movies, where this game takes place between the first movie and the second movie, and you can't have Indiana Jones playing playing his role in the first movie, punching a few dudes, chucking a guy off a truck, hitting a guy into a thing, guy dies, or he shoots the dude with a sword. It happens. This is an adventure movie. And then have a second movie where Indiana Jones kills like 600 people in a rain of gunfire, and then carries on into Temple of Doom, and we're just supposed to forget about it. That's why, as an adaptation, it would seem like a silly video game adaptation. And instead, here you're playing a game where you really do feel like Indiana Jones. And they've done this by being respectful, and by understanding, again, a set of gameplay mechanics that really let you be the character. And when you're walking around these areas and you're speaking to people and changing your outfits, and you are hiding and ducking through places and having a few fist fights, I was like, man, is this a little bit too slow paced? Am I secretly sort of, hoping here or wishing that I had a bit more action? But after you get into the groove and you play this more and more, you just start realizing, like, man, this is perfect. Like, I just really, as it develops and goes further, I really feel like I am actually involved in the story, in the telling of a new Indiana Jones story, and a good one. I mean, I watched The Crystal Skull, and I haven't even watched Dial of Destiny, and from what I hear, from what people keep telling me about Dial of Destiny, I probably never will. It feels like it's going to be one of those movies that is better left unwatched and not, doesn't taint everything. But here we have a game that is not just so good that it feels like it is a real worthy addition to the 3 original Indiana Jones movies, that it's almost sad that we'll never have this made as a movie and slotted in. And it makes me want more of them, because they've said between the movies and things like that, they seem like there's other stories that can be told. And they could. I mean, they could go and pop in 1 or 2 more games like this in between Temple of Doom and The Last Crusade, and maybe one after that. But I mean, considering what happens with the movies after that, they could do 5 more of these that take place after the original 3 movies. And if they're good, they could just keep going. Now, I don't know if that would be possible or a good idea, but I'm just saying, this is good enough. This is really a true addition to the story, and I'm very impressed. So yeah, this is a real win for them. And yeah, it's going over to PS5 next year, and PS5 people don't get Game Pass at the moment, so they're gonna have to fork out full money for it, but it's a really good game. And to come back to the main topic here, it is what I believe to be the future of adventure games, because you know what, I loved point and click adventure games when I was a kid, and we played them a lot. But the truth of the matter is, now I struggle to play those now, because we are just in a new era, and we sort of think a different way and play a different way. So it's nice to play things like I mentioned earlier, Stasis, Bone Totem is sort of along those lines. And on console, if you're playing on console, it's a little bit different because you don't have that PC sort of mouse and keyboard element. But something like this Indiana Jones reminds me sort of The Dig, in that The Dig was going to be, if you don't know The Dig, it's this incredible sci-fi point and click Lucasfilm or LucasArts game that was originally going to be a Steven Spielberg movie, but didn't happen, and then they decided to turn it into a game. And you could feel the depth of that movie project in the game because it felt special. And this feels like it's almost the other way around. This isn't a movie that became a game. This is almost like a game that you want to become a movie. And I think that this kind of platform and what Starbreeze have shown us here really shows that there is a place for these kind of games still, but they need to evolve, and this is what they can evolve into, and ultimately deliver something that sort of makes you feel once again like you're walking around, talking to people, checking your inventory, solving puzzles and all that, but in a way that feels right to what we are now. This is the modern audience that sometimes gets spoken of, where people try to use this as a derogatory term now to be some sort of, social political thing. But modern audiences in this context being just, we're used to playing games a new way, this is the way to do it. And I love it. And I really hope that we get to see more games like this going forward, and if possible, some more Indiana Jones games. So it goes without saying then, if you haven't played Indiana Jones and the Great Circle yet, I think it's a great game also to play for the holidays. It's easy to get into. It has its challenges, but it's got a lot of difficulty settings as well. It feels like a great, awesome holiday sort of blockbuster game for everyone to go and play as an adventure. So, and this game could work really well in cloud gaming because it's first person, but it doesn't require fast reflexes or good aiming. Yeah, you can have a good time. I have streamed this from my console to my phone using a controller clip while the TV was in use in the house, and it played great. I didn't feel like I was struggling just because I'm streaming it. So yeah, there's some good potential here, and this could again be the potential future of what Xbox is trying to pull off. Because if there's a game like this that can run well on a controller and a TV with cloud gaming or on a phone or whatever, and it's a a really big mass market IP that people can easily enjoy, they really might have something here. If you enjoyed this video, check out the full video where I look at the whole of 2024 in gaming. But before you do, help out the channel by hitting the like button, and I'll see you over there. How things went for PS5, how things went for the Xbox, how things are going for Nintendo.